Okay, so we have a new article that came out from Bleacher Report, and we've seen people do this before. I'm going to give it a shot myself at some point. Bleacher Report went out and predicted the best 30 players in Major League Baseball in the year 2030. So they're going 5 years in advance. They went through every single position, every player, and they came up with who they think are going to be the 30 best in the league. If you want to see me do this myself, drop a like on the video, and I will do a top 50 players 5 years from now video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. Who do you think will be the best players in the league in the year 2030? Follow me on all my social media, GiraffeNeckMarc. Links are in the description. But first, guys, I have a major announcement. For the rest of the 2025 MLB season, I'll be streaming exclusively on Playback.tv. And as a way to celebrate my return to Playback and live streaming, I will be live tomorrow on Playback.tv/GiraffeNeckMarc. Links in the description, having a watch party for the Mets-Dodgers game at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's right, if you have an MLB TV account, you'll be able to link it to your Playback account for absolutely free and watch the game on the screen alongside with me for absolutely free. Playback.tv/GiraffeNeckMarc will be the home for all my streaming content for the rest of the season. We're going to be live multiple times a week, not just doing watch parties of games, but talking baseball, trade deadline coverage. There's a lot of really fun ideas in terms of content that I can do over there with you guys involved, and I can't wait to share it with you. I'm also going to be giving away 25 free MLB TV codes to you guys who are watching on Playback tomorrow. So even if you don't have an MLB TV account, there's a chance you might get one for free tomorrow with my 25 code giveaway. I'm really excited to stream on Playback for the rest of the 2025 season. Remember to click my link in the description, playback.tv/GiraffeNeckMarc. Join up in my room, become a member. We back, baby. Let's go. So they went through all the players. They went through a bunch of positions, catching up on the BR 30 for 30 series. You can check that out if you want to. I'm not going to. Let's start off here with number 30. And at number 30, I'm guessing it's Jackson Holliday based on the picture. And it's going to be Travis Bazzana. Okay, so Travis Bazzana, I should say. Travis Bazzana from Australia. He'll be 27 years old. It's kind of crazy to think about 5 years from now. And yeah, he's a top prospect in the game. He just had an injury this season that's going to keep him out of some games. But Bazzana is a good baseball player. I'm not sure if I'm willing to go top 30 in the league just yet at the second base position. He's going to have to play such good defense and have such a good bat and be such a beast on the base pass. And it's not that he can't do that. I mean, 5 years from now, Bazzana has the hit tool without a doubt. The dude has a beautiful left-handed swing and mashed in college. A top 30 player, the Cleveland Guardians would be absolutely ecstatic if in 5 years from now, Travis Bazzana is one of the 30 best players in Major League Baseball. He's a top prospect. It can happen for sure. At number 29, we've got Munetaka Murakami. So they're going to be a bunch of guys that are clearly not in the majors yet or could be coming over from another league. Murakami coming over from Japan in the NPB, the Yakult Swallows. He is one of the premier power hitters in the NPB right now. As it says, he's hit over 200 home runs over there, had a 56 home run season back in 2022. I believe he has struggled, though, a little bit more over the last few years, adjusting and just continuing with that crazy pace he set. Murakami has some crazy power. He probably is going to be a first baseman. I know he's played a little bit of third base, but first base seems like his home. I think it depends where he goes. We know the Yankees are a team that are involved in the Murakami sweepstakes. We know the Dodgers will always be involved. Even though they don't have room for him, they'll always be involved. He's one of the better Japanese hitters that we've seen come over in a while. Obviously, like since Shohei Ohtani, they haven't necessarily been the same quality caliber because it's just not possible. But Murakami is a guy that we haven't seen too often come over from Japan who's got elite power numbers. And for a guy who hit 56 homers over there, that's enticing for a lot of teams. I would be very surprised, though, if at the first base position, he's a top 30 player in the league in 5 years. I would be surprised about that. For number 28, they've got Jackson Jobe of the Detroit Tigers. We actually got a pair of Jacksons here. Jackson Jobe and Jackson Holliday, both making it at number 28 and 27. I totally believe in Jackson Jobe. I know some of the underlying numbers have been weird with him, and he did just get an arm injury, which is a little bit scary, but we've seen him pitch. He throws hard. He's got great breaking balls. That slider's awesome. The curveball is really good. I think he could be a frontline starter in Major League Baseball 100% in 5 years from now. At age 27, Jackson Jobe should be one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball if that path of development continues. I've always been a big Jackson Jobe fan, loved him coming out of the draft. As long as he's healthy and the Tigers continue to develop him like they have, he will be a top pitcher. I rank pitchers differently. I tend to not put that many inside my top 30, so I don't think I'd have Jobe necessarily there, but in terms of being one of the top pitchers in baseball, which is where we're going to kind of keep track of right now, I totally buy that. And then with Jackson Holliday, sneaky having a fantastic year this season. I feel like a lot of people haven't noticed, but Jackson Holliday has been one of the more productive second basemen in Major League Baseball this season. Would we like to see him walk a little bit more? Sure. But so far on the year in 52 games, 7 homers, 8 doubles, 2 triples, 25 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. He's hitting .269 with a .319 on base, .440 slugging for a .759 OPS, and OPS plus 119. He's one of the few bright spots on this Orioles team. He'll only be 26 years old 5 years from now, which is crazy. The guy is 21 years old playing Major League Baseball and playing it well. It's so funny. In a season where Jackson Holliday has been doing a lot more of the heavy lifting for this Orioles team, he's playing better. Where last year he was filling in as kind of a complementary player with a loaded lineup and a loaded team, and he struggled. Maybe he needs the pressure. Maybe he needs the spotlight on him. He's playing so much better. I totally buy the idea of him being a top 30 player in 5 years. He's really good. Okay, next up at number 26, Christian Campbell. So Campbell has slowed down quite a bit here in the month of May. He has struggled a lot, but do like Christian Campbell still. The one thing that's hurting him right now is the fact that he is not able to hit any sort of velocity on the inner half of the plate. And everybody is attacking him. He's chasing more, quality of contact's down, swing and misses more. He's just playing poorly. But that was expected to happen. If he was a guy who went through his rookie season as a 22-year-old player, playing every single day with the Red Sox, and didn't struggle for a second, we'd be talking about a special guy. It doesn't mean that Christian Campbell won't be that player still moving forward. It's just that there is going to be more time and more development before you see Christian Campbell reach his full potential. But what we saw when things are going right, I totally buy this. He hits the ball hard, plays good defense, gets on base, good athlete, all the things you would want out of a top player in the league, and someone who the Red Sox, of course, because they gave him that contract, feel comfortable with going forward, knowing that he's going to be this kind of player. All right, there's Jack Cag. Is he going to come in at number 25? No, we've got Sebastian Walcott of the Texas Rangers coming in at number 25, and then Austin Riley in at number 24. So let's talk about Sebastian Walcott first. I'm a huge Sebastian Walcott fan. He is 19 years old right now, playing in AA, 19, 18, however old he is, playing in AA, and he's playing really well. He was there last season as well for the Rangers in their system. Young kid from the Bahamas. You can see the size, 6'4", 190-pound frame. If you've watched any of my prospect videos, I just simply gush over Sebastian Walcott as a prospect. I think he will be the best prospect in baseball by the end of the season. Him or Leo Dallas DeVries, who I imagine we're going to see on this list as well. I guess the one concern would be if he's not playing shortstop and he moves to third base, theoretically less value at that position because shortstop is such a premier defensive spot. But he's a guy who looks like he's going to have premium power, premium speed, overall good bat-to-ball skills, and just be an absolute beast. So I'm definitely agreeing in 5 years he should be a top 25 player. Austin Riley at 24 at age 33. I'm going to be honest, I am surprised about that one. And it's not that I think Austin Riley's bad or that he's due for a fall off, but age 33 is basically kind of the end of your prime. And we've already seen Austin Riley take a few steps back the last season and a half from that insane production he had the first 2-3 seasons since his breakout. He is still incredibly good. He's still a top 50 player in the league. I don't think he is going to become a better player. I don't know if Austin Riley right now at this exact moment is a top 25 player in the league. I think it's up for debate. 5 years from now, I don't know if he's going to still be a top 25 player. I think he could be top 50, but at number 24, I do feel like that's a bit aggressive right now for a guy who's going to be 33 playing third base and has still been great, but hasn't been that elite level that he was previously. All right, let's see who is next here at number 23. Chase Burns of the Cincinnati Reds. Okay, so Chase Burns is probably one of the more underrated, but also properly rated pitching prospects in baseball. The dude throws 102. Everybody loved Paul Skeens, and while Paul Skeens I do think has better stuff, Chase Burns has very similar things going on the pitching side. He throws 102. He's got wipeout breaking balls. He strikes out a ton of guys, gets a ton of swing and miss. Chase Burns is going to be that guy. He will be one of the 10 best pitchers in baseball. I'm glad to see him getting some love here. Again, I rank pitchers differently in my rankings, but right now he is listed as the third best pitcher? Or no, it goes Jackson, Jobe, then him. So that would make him at least probably a top 5, top 6 pitcher unless they start to throw these guys in towards the end a lot. But we'll wait and see for Chase Burns. He's still really good. Next up, Jack Cag, and then Yoshinobu Yamamoto at number 21. So rounding out the top 20 before we get going into there, Jack Cag just called up by the Royals today. Can't wait to watch his debut. He is a freak. He hits the baseball so damn hard. He's a monster of a human being. The Italian Ohtani, the Italian Stallion, whatever you want to call this guy. For a Royals lineup that desperately needed more help, especially in the power department, it is awesome to see Jack Caglione get a shot. He was one of the best players at the University of Florida in college. He showed elite power numbers this spring training. I cannot wait to see what he does at the major league level. He might struggle. He might have some swing and miss issues, but the power is unreal high. And then Yoshinobu Yamamoto, I totally buy this one. I think right now he's one of the 5 best pitchers on the entire planet. What we've seen him do this season is incredible. The fastball's got life. The curveball's unhittable. The splitter's fantastic. Everything about Yoshinobu Yamamoto screams that he is one of the best pitchers in the game, and I do think 5 years from now, at age 31, he might even be better than what he is right now. We've seen the adjustments. We've seen the growth that he's had so far in just a year and a half in Major League Baseball. Similarly to everybody in this video, and especially pitchers, if you were healthy, I imagine he's going to get better, because pitching is kind of one of those things where as you get older, you start to sharpen your skills a little bit more, and at age 31, he will still so very much be in his prime, throwing upper 90s, nasty breaking balls, and that splitter. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is a top 25 player right now, and I buy that he'll continue to be. All right, let's move into that top 20 now. At number 20, Tyler Soderstrom. Whoa. And then Marcelo Meyer at number 19. Wow. I did not expect to see Tyler Soderstrom on here. I really like him as a hitter. I'll tell you this. I don't think the guys behind him, I would probably still take Jack Cag over him. I would take both those pitchers. I don't know about Austin Riley just yet. I probably still would. Sebastian Walcott, I think, might be better, but he might be too young. Campbell, Holiday. I am really surprised by this Soderstrom. And again, it's not anything against him. He is a good baseball player. He mashes. He's having a great season. We've seen the numbers drop off a little bit. One of the things is I just don't know where he plays in the field. First base, outfield. He once was a catcher. He'll be 28 years old. It'll be the prime of his career. He's a great offensive player. I don't know if I'm going to put top 20 for him there. Maybe I'll be wrong, but this is one of those that I just do not agree with right now. Top 50, sure. Top 20 feels like a stretch. 19, like I said, Marcelo Meyer. We've seen him be called up by the Red Sox, and we've seen some good. We've seen some bad. All I know is that the people in the Red Sox org and people around baseball love Marcelo Meyer as a player. They don't necessarily know if he'll ever be like that 300 hitter. There might be some contact issues in terms of consistency, but power potential, ability to hit the ball for all fields, extra base hits, good defense, all that other stuff, Marcelo Meyer, there is no doubt. Now, he's probably going to play third base because Franklin Arias, as they mentioned, is going to be the shortstop and Christian Campbell at second. That's not a problem. Marcelo Meyer will have an amazing career at Fenway Park. Big fan of his as well. Loved him coming out of the draft. Hit a crazy, crazy rare Bowman first auto of his out of Bowman draft that year, numbered to 77. So I hope he's really good because I'll make some money, but I definitely think he could be a top 25 player for sure in 5 years. At number 18, we've got Hunter Greene of the Cincinnati Reds, and then 17 is Corbin Carroll. I love both of these picks. Hunter Greene, we've seen this year really taking a step forward. It's always going to be a health thing for him, but he is becoming one of the aces in Major League Baseball in Cincinnati, which is never an easy ballpark to pitch in. He throws 100 miles an hour. We're now going on a couple seasons where he has been a very, very good pitcher, but this year he's really taking that step forward. 5 years from now, at age 30, again, still very much in his prime as a pitcher, Hunter Greene will for sure be one of the top players in the league. I love that they're including him in here. And I'm going to be honest, this might be too low for Corbin Carroll. He might be a top 10 player in baseball in 5 years from now. Might be a top 10 player in baseball right now. Even though he's a smaller guy, the speed is incredible. The power is unreal. The power potential that Corbin Carroll shows with the exit velos and the speed and the defense, it's crazy how good of a player he is. I think we might actually even be underrating Corbin Carroll in these rankings. He's only going to be 29, so under age of 30, still very much in his prime. I think you can make the argument that Corbin Carroll could be inside the top 10. I don't think he's getting enough love. I'm a Corbin Carroll stan. I'm interested to see who's ahead of him. And if there were any concerns about his hitting because what we saw at the beginning of last year, it's because he hurt his shoulder. As soon as he's been healthy, which was the second half of the year in this season, look at what he's done. He's been incredible. One of the better players in the league. Number 16, Kyle Tucker. Okay, see this one, I can understand it drop off a little bit because he'll be 33 years old. He will have gotten paid, so he's going to be in that place for 4 seasons after signing that contract, which is crazy. Maybe it's still with the Cubs, but yeah, I can see Tucker at 16. Criminally underrated in baseball. I still think to this day he's an underrated player. He's going to get the $500 million contract, I think, this offseason. He'll start to get the respect, but he's got 30 home run potential, maybe even 40 home run, plays pretty good outfield, drives in 100 runs, hits for high average, gets on base, high OPS. There's nothing not to like about Kyle Tucker. Look at what he's done to the Chicago Cubs team and lineup. He has turned them into so much better, so much more dangerous. He was the missing piece. And as much as the Cubs and the Mets are competing, overall for baseball, Kyle Tucker, Cubs fans, I'm glad to see Kyle Tucker working out because he really is such a stud. It's crazy the Astros did not want to pay him and traded him. I still can't believe that. All right, number 15. Here we go. That's my boy Juan Soto. He better not be 15. Bryce Eldridge at number 15. At 25 years of age, I think there's a potential. He is definitely slowed down a little bit at AAA. We also got Roman Anthony up next, so I'll just talk about those two guys. I love Bryce Eldridge. Crazy, crazy power potential. He's 6'7". He's got unreal exit velos. throws and a beautiful left-handed swing. There, of course, will be some consistency issues with the swing and miss and how much he can get to that power at a given time. But in terms of raw tools, raw skills, I do think Bryce Eldridge can be a top 30 player. It's going to take a lot, again, at the first base position to be a top 15 guy. You got to be like Freddie Freeman, like Vlad Guerrero Jr., which is difficult. Not everybody could do that. Bryce Eldridge, though, has crazy high ceiling. Now, as for Roman Anthony, if you've been watching any of my videos, so in on this guy. I think he is going to be an MVP candidate in the future for the Boston Red Sox. He feels like such a freak of nature, a possible generational type talent. I'll throw it out there. Possible generational type talent. He's one of the highest ranked prospects in all of baseball, the number one, I think, by pretty much every publication. It's crazy the Red Sox still haven't called him up, especially because they're not playing good baseball, and they could use it. Roman Anthony could hit 300, hit 30 homers, play good outfield defense. He is a five-tool player. I can't wait to see what happens when he get called up. I think he could be a top 10 guy, and I honestly think it's a little bit low for him, and I definitely think it could be a little bit low for Wyatt Langford at number 13. Again, we'll see who's ahead of him, but what he's shown us this year, Wyatt Langford is going off. Wyatt Langford so far in 50 games, 11 homers, 7 doubles, 24 RBI, stealing 11 bases. He's hitting .231 with a .315 on base, .446 slugging, and a .761 OPS for an OPS plus at 118. Maybe I'm a little bit higher on Langford than others, but I think that this is a guy who could be a top 10 player in baseball by the end of next season. He has the speed, he has the power, he plays good defense, another five-tool player. The Rangers are just kind of weird this season, and they're underperforming yet again, so maybe we just have to consider what's going on in that organization. But Wyatt Langford is really, really talented. It is crazy he's going to be 28. He's only 2 years older than Roman Anthony, and this guy's going on to his second season in Major League Baseball already, where Anthony, we're like, when are the Red Sox going to call him up? So good. I'm assuming 12 is going to be Soto based on this. Ooh, 12 is Fernando Tatis Jr. I'll tell you what, I think he has a debate to be inside the top 10. He'll only be 31. We're seeing him go off this year. Fernando Tatis is playing the best baseball arguably of his entire career right now for the Padres, literally putting that offense on his back and saying, hey, we're going to make the playoffs, and it's because of me. They're a good team. They're playing well, but Fernando Tatis is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for this Padres roster. Similarly to Tatis having a great year, 13 homers, 28 RBIs, 7 doubles, 10 stolen bases, .265 average, .336 on base, .484 slugging for 820 OPS plus at 128. He's already accumulated more Baseball Reference WAR this season than he did all of last year. He might have a debate to be inside the top 10. Again, we'll see who else are in front of these guys, which means Soto's probably 11. Soto at 11, listen, I understand it. I think he's a top 5 player. Well, he was a top 5 player coming into the season this year. He's not playing as well as you'd hope for with the Mets. He's going to eventually become a DH because the defense isn't particularly good out there. I could see this. I could see Soto in that 11 to 20 range at age 31, and I'll tell you what, I'd be ecstatic as a Mets fan. While it's been a rocky start, there are signs of him turning around. The stuff under the hood looks great, and he's been one of the most unlucky hitters in Major League Baseball. I'm not worried. Copium or not worried about Juan Soto. I'm cool with him being at number 11. I think that's a really, really fair spot, considering he might play DH and he hasn't played well or up to his Juan Soto standards this year. Easy to become a hater or a doubter right now. Shout out to everybody who's not, because you know ball. All right, top 10, here we go. Getting a start at the number 10 position. Tarek Skubal, totally agree. I'm in. I know age 33, a little bit older than some of these other guys, but I'm buying that. What we've seen from Tarek Skubal right now is just dominant stuff. He won the Cy Young unanimously last year. He's going to win it again unanimously this year. He has been the best pitcher in baseball for at least a year and a half now, maybe even 2 seasons, because he ended 2023 really, really well with the Tigers. He's just awesome, and he doesn't have that much mileage on his arm. He doesn't have a lot of innings on there because he had some injuries. He's a relatively young left-handed pitcher in the grand scheme of baseball. 5 years from now, I can only imagine the growth and development we're going to see from Tarek Skubal, who's dominating at age 28. Imagine when he learns even more stuff. It's kind of like what we saw from Kershaw and Scherzer and DeGrom and Justin Verlander, all those guys, as they got older, maybe they lost a little bit of the stuff, but they became better pitchers, and I expect that with Skubal. Number 9, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Ooh, see, here's where I defer. I think because he's playing first base, similarly to Juan Soto, I don't think you can put him in the top 10 if you don't put Juan Soto. Juan Soto just has better batted ball profile, hits the ball in the air more, does things that are more sustainable. Vlad hits the ball incredibly hard, but he hits on the ground so much. I love Vlad. I think they are both in the same realm, and I guess 9 and 11, yes, it's the same. I'm being nitpicky. I think both of them have a hard time being top 10 players at the age 31 season unless they're doing unbelievable things at the plate. Nah, you know what? F it. I like Vlad Jr. Sure, that's fine. I'm kidding. He's good. I actually literally have no problems with him. I don't know why I'm even trying to debate why he's not a top 10 player. This makes total sense. I just want Juan Soto higher, okay? I said it. Fine. Mets bias. Number 8, Ellie De La Cruz. Yes, I think we all know that if Ellie actually lives up to the potential that he has, he will be probably one of the 5 best players, not even just top 10, 5 best in Major League Baseball. The glove is incredible. The arm's incredible. He's fast. He hits the ball harder than anyone in the league, basically. As it says in the line here, he is one of the most dynamic all-around athletes in the sport, and I couldn't find a better way to say it. We still haven't seen him get to that next level just yet, and that's the one thing they have to be worried about in big quotations. It's going to happen at some point. When he does, he's going to be one of the best players in the league. Until then, I understand people still kind of being doubters. I don't think you should be haters, but I can understand you doubting until you see it. But yeah, he's going to be a top 10 player in my video for sure in the next 5 years. Number 7, Jackson Merrill. Ooh, I kind of like that. I love this Jackson Merrill take. He's kind of just awesome. I know I said Tatis putting the team on his back. It's him, it's Merrill, it's Manny Machado. Merrill just continues to rake this year. 32 games, 5 homers, 8 doubles, a triple, 22 RBIs, hitting .331 with a .373 on base, .532 slugging, and a .905 OPS for a .152 OPS plus. On top of that, Jackson Merrill plays phenomenal defense in center field. He's going to be super, super young, technically just entering his prime years at age 27. Oh man, he's going to be so good, huh? This guy's going to be incredible. Yeah, he's going to be a top 10 player in the league for sure. He might be close to a top 10 player in the league right now. He's such a beast. And number 6, Julio Rodriguez, J-Rod. I love J-Rod, but I think right now I'm not making this bet. I don't think I'm saying J-Rod's going to be a top 10 player. I hate to be a hater because I love him as a player, but when is he going to take that step forward? It's gotten worse and worse and worse every year. Like him being a 115 OPS plus guy and playing good center field defense, not a top 10 player in the league. When he was a 130, 140, 150 OPS plus guy like he was in his first 2 seasons, undoubtedly one of the best players in the league. But until he returns to that form, I just can't put him in the top 10. Still think he's a top 25, 30 player, no doubt. But I can't put him in the top 10 here until he actually breaks out again. I miss the old J-Rod. He was so good as a rookie, so good in his second year. Please come back. All right, top 5. Here we go. Top 5. Getting us started at number 5. James Wood. Love to see that. Totally agree. I think when I did a TikTok last year about predicting the top 10 players in baseball in 5 years, James Wood was on there. I think people thought I was crazy. He's so ridiculously good. He's going to get MVP votes this year for the Nationals. He's playing great baseball. He's a freak of nature. Hits the ball so incredibly hard. He's still not even pulling the ball that much. Imagine what happens when James Wood starts to pull the baseball. We're going to see a guy who's got 40 home run potential, who can drive in 100 runs, have an OPS in the thousands. Totally buy this one. And he'll be 27 in 5 years. Oh my God. I'm going to be 34. That's so crazy. He's going to be 27. He's going to be in the prime of his career. He's going to be terrorizing the Mets. I could see the name already here at number 4, Gunnar Henderson. I buy it. I mean, Gunner's having a weird start to the season, and I do see some weird conversations on Orioles Twitter sometimes about Gunnar that kind of make me scratch my head. Maybe I'm not close enough to the scenario to understand what's going on. I think Gunner's an awesome player. He kind of had a extended spring training because he missed the beginning of the year with the injury. We've seen over the last few weeks he's playing better. Like I said, beginning of the year was slow. May was a pretty good month of May. He had like an 800 OPS. He's a really good baseball player. Pretty good in the field too. Can hit for power. That Orioles team, again, is just funky. So I'm kind of taking everything that's happening this year personally with players and trying to forget it because something's wrong there. Something stinks. I don't know what it is. Actually, I do. It's their GM. He won't do anything. All right, number 3. Who's going to come in at number 3? Whoa, PCA. Pete Crow Armstrong in at number 3, but I'm telling you what, I'm buying into the hype. I don't know if I'm going to say he's going to be the 3rd best player in baseball in 5 years from now. I'm still going to kind of temper my expectations and excitement, but I'll tell you what, if he does what he's doing right now, there's no doubt he is going to be one of the best players in the league. The defense is elite. There's no better center fielder in baseball defensively, especially with the range, with the arm, with the glove. He makes unbelievable plays that center fielders only dream to make. And at the plate now, he's hitting for power, he's getting on base, he's stealing bases. It really hurts as a Mets fan that we traded him away for Javier Baez and Trevor Williams. Thank you, Zach Scott, for that one. I will never forget it. It hurts because PCA is awesome. This is definitely a little bit of hype beast talk right now because, again, we've seen about 50 games of him play at this level. You want to say top 10 player? Sure. You want to say top 5? It's bold. But I like you taking a risk here. At least it's a guy who is elite defensively and showing incredible offensive tools this year. So I like the process. Number 2. I mean, Ohtani's going to be on here. Is Judge going to be on here? I know Judge will be 39, I think, or 38 in 5 years, so I'm assuming Judge is not on here. But is Ohtani going to make it? At number 2, Paul Skeens. Okay, Paul Skeens at age 28. I buy it. I mean, he's going to be the best pitcher in baseball. Again, I have a hard time putting pitchers this high on my list. I think him and Tarek Skubal will be the best pitchers in baseball for the foreseeable future. They're both young. They're both dominant. Paul Skeens, we know how good he is with the Pirates. If he's even still there in 5 years, that will still be up for debate. I think as soon as he's a free agent, he's out of town. He's going and getting paid by somebody who wants to win. I think that's funny, too. In this thing, he says the question will be whether he's wearing what uniform in 2030 and how much longer he can call Pittsburgh home. I think that's totally fair. I just wouldn't put a pitcher ever as the second best player in baseball. It's hard when they come out after 6 innings. They don't play the full game. I know they get to control everything that goes on in those 6 innings pretty much. But when you pitch every 5 days like that, just value-wise, I don't put pitchers that high. But him being the best pitcher in baseball along with Tarek Skubal, totally right. Like, I think the pitcher rankings are pretty spot on right now. Which means coming in at number 1, drum roll please, it's got to be Shohei Ohtani, right? I'm assuming it's Shohei. Whoa, we went Bobby Witt. That's right, Bobby Witt's not on here. We saw the picture of him. I assume that we already spoke about him. Yeah, Bobby Witt Jr., I totally could buy being the best player in baseball. He's already really close to being one of the best players. I think I had him at like 3 or 4 or 5 in my rankings this year. He's one of the best players already in the league. Great defense, incredible speed, good power in that bat. He's going to be in Kansas City for a while. There's very, very few shortstops that ever have the tools that you're seeing out of a Bobby Witt Jr. We're talking like A-Rod type stuff. We're talking Troy Tulowitzki. Even my boy Francisco Lindor didn't have these tools because Bobby Witt has top-end elite premier level type speed and arm and glove and bat skills. That's how good Bobby Witt Jr. is. He's a freak. I'll tell you what, how old is Shohei? Shohei is 30, so he'll be 35. I am truthfully shocked that Shohei Ohtani did not make the top 30 players in this video. I think there's very much a chance. And if he's still pitching and hitting at that age, he 100% will be. Shocked he's not on this one. I think that one's a bad miss. I'm trying to think of some other bad misses, in my opinion. No Leo Dallas DeVries, I think he has to be on here. I'm actually shocked he did not make it on here, especially towards the back end. Like, he is one of the premier prospects in baseball. That one's a little surprising to me. A little surprised no Jacob Wilson. I know that he's not getting on base. A little surprised to see that he's not a top 30 guy 5 years from now. And I'm going to include Oneil Cruz too. I'm shocked he didn't make the list, knowing that he's only 26 years old. 5 years from now will be the prime of his career. And he's got another guy with elite tools. But overall, I think this was pretty good. I mean, there weren't egregious mistakes. There wasn't anything that drove me insane. I don't think I would have Travis Bazzana up here. I really don't. I don't think I'd have Murakami. It's more so towards the back end that I disagree, and maybe some of the placement, like Tyler Soderstrom. Listen, if Tyler Soderstrom was better than Shohei Ohtani in 2030, buy everyone who watched this video a jersey. I would be surprised. It's nothing against Soderstrom. It's just Ohtani's so good. But I'd love to know what you guys think about these rankings down in the comment section below. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? What are you thinking? Drop a like on the video if you want to see me do my own top 50 players prediction 5 years from now on the channel. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that content. And follow me on all my social media. GiraffeNeckMarc, links are in the description. That's where I'll wrap it up. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload, so click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Bye.